Next on Just Serve, we're traveling to Seattle, Washington, home of the Space Needle, and Denny Hancock, who runs a nonprofit organization called Mama's Hands.
I see so many people out there on the streets that I know they're hurting. Our goal is not just to have them call home. Our goal is to help them get home.
Justin, Lisa, and Michael have expressed an interest in serving, but don't know where to begin.
Even if it's small, I just want to not have a meaningless existence. I want to, as cliche as it sounds, I want to help people.
We're going to put them on the fast track to service as they team up to help Denny rescue the homeless of Seattle. Join us as the service team learns how easy it is to just serve. It only takes one person to change a community, but it takes many more to continue the effort. For three strangers, a desire to serve is just the beginning. Inspired by people who have made a difference, our service team will be taught how to turn their desire into action. When challenged to replicate service on their own, will they be able to continue the effort? Find out on Just Serve. Coming up, will the service team be able to work together to complete the first challenge?
We have a new play area that we're so excited to be finishing up soon, where we can have 20 kids if we want, and it's just going to be so much fun to see them romp in this new place.
I think working as a team is going to be a challenge.
It's going a little slower than we would like.
What happened in here?
My name is Justin. I work here in Tacoma at a restaurant. That is Duke's Chowder House. I live here with my dog. This is Juliet. She is 8 years old. I'm a vegan. My girlfriend's vegan. I'm real excited about it. I tattooed it on my arm. Real excited. I've never had a tattoo in my whole life, ever, because I never felt that passionate about something. Right now, I'm unhappy. I don't feel fulfilled. And that's kind of why I'm doing this. I want to feel like I'm actually doing something. I'm not indifferent to the world and to the people in it. Even if it's small, I just want to not have a meaningless existence. As cliche as it sounds, I want to help people.
I'm Lisa Marlowe. I'm originally from London, England. I live in Bellevue, Washington. I've lived here since the early 1990s. I've just become certified to be a yoga teacher, and I have 3 children. This is my dog, Annie. She was my children's dog. They made me buy her from gypsies, and she was an impulse buy, but guess what? They're all gone now, and I have a dog. But I love her anyway, don't I, Annie? This is the entrance to Lakemont, which is sort of the neighborhood that everybody wants to live in, aspires to, and the further up the hill your house is, the better off you are. So I thought I was going to get all the way to the top because of a business deal my husband was involved in, and almost overnight I came tumbling down to the bottom. My husband left, my youngest child went off to college, and there I was sitting in a big house all by myself, and the next minute I was in a teeny little apartment at the bottom of the hill. You know, I did have a bit of a pity party. I fell into a bit of a hole, and I recognised that there's always somebody worse off than me, and I think that inspired me to try and find somebody to help, not in a patronising way, but you know, that can give me a real sense of reality, and it's not that bad. I'm healthy, I'm alive, I'm fit, and I'm able. What can I do with that?
I'm Michael Dixon. We're here in Seattle, Washington, and I'm a software test engineer. I'm here to just serve. I want to have the feeling of being able to give back to an organization, community, or individuals and make them feel good, because a lot of people have helped me along the way in some of my tough times, and I want to be able to do that for someone else. I have tons of anxiety about what we're going to do. It's just one of those things where you're just kind of stepping into the unknown, but I'm excited about it. It feels like the right thing to do, and when you trust your gut and you do the right thing, you just have to go with it, and that's what I'm doing. I'm just going with what feels right.
My name is Denny Hancock, and I live in this beautiful Snoqualmie Valley in Washington State, and I run a nonprofit organization called Mama's Hands. Hi, I'm Denny.
Denny, nice to meet you. I'm Mike.
Mike.
Nice to meet you.
Denny, I'm Justin.
Justin.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Lisa. Nice to meet you.
Lisa.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thanks for coming here.
Thank you for having us.
Many years ago, back in 1988, I took one of my big carpet trucks and made a mobile kitchen out of it.
Wow.
Put seats in there because I was going to bring a bunch of kids out with me, and we were going to save all the homeless in Seattle. Just a month or two after we started, one of the homeless guys asked me if he could use my phone, and it cost like $1 a minute when you're calling far away. And I said, "Who do you want to call?" And he wanted to call his mom. I thought, perfect. Mom lived in Florida. I thought, well, we'll see if it works. And it worked. And I thought, okay, it's going to probably cost $10, $15, but it was worth it. It was such a cool call. Then I looked behind him, and there's 2 or 3 more. And literally the next morning at 6:30, the phone rang. It was the vice chairman of a large cellular network. And he said, "My son was on your truck last night.
Wow.
And we like what you're doing, and we want to be a part of it." And shortly thereafter, we started sending people home. And we sent over 800 home over the years. I was always hearing about the homeless women and children, and I wasn't really seeing very many of them. So I was kind of relieved to find out that there's a lot of shelters that they can be in. But then I looked at them and I thought, you know, this is not a home. So we started the House of Hope. It's truly a place where they can come, they can have a wonderful place, a beautiful place to live inside and out, safe place where they know that we know that they're struggling. They're not going to be judged by their struggle. We're there to lift them up and to help them see how wonderful this life is. One very important part of Mama's Hands and the House of Hope and this property is our ability to take the kids on their own and have fun with them and kind of give the mothers time alone with each other, with their social workers, their school or whatever, and without having to take the kids somewhere else. We have a new play area that we're so excited to be finishing up soon, where we can have 20 kids if we want, and it's just going to be so much fun to see them romping in this new place. This is going to be the new Toodle-Tot Room right here.
Wow. This is incredible.
Just even with natural colors and fixtures, we can make it a beautiful place, but we want to make it look like a fun place too.
Absolutely.
Glad we have a lady here.
Feminine touch.
Yeah, so it's the kind of thing that we could almost finish in a couple days.
Okay.
We could for sure finish it enough that on Thursday, when we have Toodle-Tots, they'll come up here and they'll have a cow.
The task that we've been challenged with for tomorrow is for the new Toodle-Tots room. Just to be a part of that, to kind of like, Denny wants our input. I'm totally ready for that.
We may have a few little, you know, tete-a-tetes that might be under. One of them just said to me, "I think we should get PlayStations." And I said, "No."
I see what's about to happen, and now I'm getting less nervous and more excited.
Thank you so much for coming again. I'm not going to be a boss. I'll be a partner with you on this. So we got some ideas yesterday, and we're going to make it happen today. I'm so appreciative of this opportunity to work with you. I'm so excited. So thanks. Let's go have some fun. A lot of women, they've gone through so much of a struggle and they've seen so many terrible things, and they just don't want the kids far away from them. So we have tried to make available a place for their kids to go and enjoy themselves and learn while the mothers actually do the same.
Just getting some trim up and plugging along.
We've got carpet, we've got flooring, we've got fans, we've got paint, and then we've got toys coming, and yeah, it's gonna be good. I'm using the technique of make it up as you go along.
Just some good hard work, you know. This is good. Definitely beats working behind the desk.
Hey everybody, this is Heather. Come over here, Heather. Come over here so they can see you.
That's okay. Matches the.
This is Heather, one of the ladies that lives at the shelter.
Justin, nice to meet you. Hi.
Hi, Heather. I'm Michael Dixon.
Michael,
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
We're here because my daughter had came to me and told me that my husband had sexually assaulted her. We left immediately, and I had heard about House of Hope through church, and then made a call and then was able to be here. So it's a true just blessing in my life.
I think it's just really great to hear her story, because what it does, it motivates me more to just be a part of this and to just work harder.
I was kind of getting tired, but you know, she comes up and it puts a face on the reason that I'm here. Like, I even have a name. I'm helping Heather, you know, and her kids, and that's awesome.
It's nice to know that there are people who don't fit that stereotype, you know, that reminds you that, you know, you need to be aware of what could be going on in somebody else's life. You know, it's easy to dismiss people, and it's easy to be cruel to someone when you really don't know their whole story. You know, it just inspires you to keep going and again, to keep reaching out to people.
Okay, next step is we're going to continue with the wood floor.
And they can sit here and enjoy the lovely view.
What happened in here?
Try out the beanbag.
What do you think?
You like it?
Well, thank you so much for pouring into this House of Hope and for the little ones, just so they can come up and learn and just be the little sponges they are and soak up all the good stuff that us mamas want to pour into them. And some kids don't have that opportunity, you know, up until they get here, I think. So just imagining that, I think it's really great for a lot of kids to come here and just have a structured place where they could be poured into and learn and just be, you know, kids. Thank you so much. It means so much. Thank you.
The main reason why we're here and the main reason we're up there doing the work is the same. I mean, whatever path brought us to that decision or whatever things happened to us in our life, I'm sure they're completely different. But the end result was the same. We all felt like we needed more. We needed to do more, and that's why we're here.
Coming up, will Denny's next challenge be too much for the service team to handle?
So do you know what we're going to do now?
No.
The next challenge is a very different challenge than the first. It's going to be more emotional and more from the heart.
I'm a little more anxious and nervous about it.
Was there frustration? Yes.
Yeah, I just don't know that right now is the prime time for it.
You did an incredible job. It's beautiful. And you made me work too, which is good for me. So do you know what we're going to do now?
No.
What we're going to do is we're going to fill up a bus with a bunch of volunteer kids that we are fortunate to have tonight. And we head out to the streets where we will be able to meet homeless. And our goal is to help find some way to rekindle the flame of hope, and as far as I can live a better life. The next challenge is a very different challenge than the first. It's going to be more emotional and more from the heart. We're going out on the streets and we're going to try to help find homeless and runaways and give them the opportunity to call home. And it'll be a real test of their ability to look away from themselves.
This is a really fun thing to do. It's actually the main reason we're out here is to offer them a phone call so that they can call their family, call their friend, and this is really what initiates them being able to get home.
Okay, so you have someone to call? Okay. Who are you calling?
Oh, yeah, but I'm just kind of mingling, trying to talk to people and see what's up. Did you get anything to eat?
Yeah. Cool. You ever heard of Bob Newhart?
Who?
Bob Newhart?
Yeah. He's been homeless for 2 years, and he's from Denver. He doesn't like to carry a backpack because people think he's homeless. So he walks around with a business case full of very old mail, and I think it makes him feel important and feel like he's got something to do. He told me that he should really throw it away, but if he throws it away, then he might lose hope, and he feels that connects him to his life, that he might find a job. He's very uncomfortable with being homeless, and I think he's actually in denial a little bit about it because, you know, he keeps his appearance really nice, and he just doesn't want to be here, but he just, at the same time, he can't get himself out.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to
Mike.
Is she gonna be there?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
we need to take it over there to
Sure.
Denny.
Not a problem. Not a problem. You want to head over there now?
Yeah.
Okay. From the time I rose and to the time I go to bed tonight, I can think back and reflect about the things I've done in service to help other people. And you can see it touch my heart.
It's good that we have that technology now, though. But yeah, you're right. But I just want to take care of people, man. That's it. I don't know what that means, but at least I know now where I want to be. It's connecting to someone and letting them know that I'm so different from you, but I still care what happens to you, you know? Like, I want you to be happy. I just want to do that all the time. That's what I want to do.
Would you like to call your sister and say hello to her, see how she's doing?
Okay.
Yeah? Okay, all right.
I'm out in the
These
park.
people lying here have faces and names and families and stories, and they had jobs and they had lives, and now they don't. I won't forget it. I can't. It'll probably take me a while to recover from it, but I think getting past the emotional aspect, you know, is just, I'm part of working through the realization of it, and, you know, giving you that energy to keep going and to do more things and spread the word, really.
Okay, here's your challenge. You know what we did last night? You're gonna replicate that in Tacoma. And you'll be alone. I'll have my phone with me. You can call me if you have any problems. So can you do it?
We can,
Okay.
for sure.
Definitely surprised that we're gonna go solo, but as a team to do what we did last night, replicate that. So that's actually very cool. I'm looking forward to doing that.
I'm a little more anxious and nervous about it, but it'll be good.
I think it's going to be really good fun to sort of be at the helm of it this time, really to have that direct input in it.
So it looks like we're heading to Tacoma.
Looks like it. Thank goodness we've got someone with us who knows the way.
We are next to Wright Park right now. We're gonna park and hopefully see an area that we could have some success in finding some people to talk to.
Then we have to figure out what we're going to take for food. Coloured drink and water, maybe.
This is more like what I would be doing on a weekly basis on my own to try to continue the whole experience in my own life, you know. So this is kind of like the start of what I'll actually be doing. The mission gives the food out at 5, so maybe an hour or so after that, we'll be camping out, I guess.
Justin, it's Lisa. Can you give us a call back and let us know what time you'll be at your house so we can meet you there and start making sandwiches? Thanks, bye. Number 3 or number 4? Hello, knock knock.
Are we gonna do like all of this bread or just until we run out of stuff?
If we all do one loaf and see how many we are, but I'd like to use it all because we bought it. But I suppose what's not used we could donate to wherever it is we're near.
I'm gonna call them in just a bit.
We're out here in the park in Tacoma, and we're gonna go out here and find people that need, you know, some help. And we want to make that connection with them, be it by phone or just maybe spending a little bit of time just to chat with them or maybe help them if they're a little hungry. So we want to get out here, get involved. I'm feeling like the time is right for this to happen. We kind of got some training yesterday with Denny, which was nice. So right now we're just gonna go and grab some food in the vehicle, bring him down, and then we're gonna branch out and start talking to some homeless people, and hopefully we can make some happiness happen this evening.
Let's sit down at a bench so you don't have to keep carrying all that. There's a lot of people out there that are hurting and don't necessarily know why. But Denny's right, that everybody just wants to be talked to. They're still good and they still need to be loved and talked to and treated like humans.
Yeah, that would be very... Well, I just met a guy named Scott who's homeless and was able to get a conversation going with him. He has a routine every day where he gets up at 5:30 and he goes and gets, breakfast, and, he feels glad that there are people out there that can help him.
Connecting with these people here, it's totally a different thing because I find myself getting quite swept up in their stories. And for me so far, the most rewarding thing has just been talking to them and lending them an ear and listening to them. And it's going to stay with me forever. It's not something that I'm not going to do again because I probably will be out there in force from now on. So, yeah, it's definitely changed my mind. And I'm not going to pretend that I haven't been judgmental at times when I've seen these people, because I have. And, I know that sometimes you have to be cautious, but outside of that, you won't find me judging them again like I did before.
Tell me how it went last night. Tell me what happened. I'm dying to know what it's like out there without me.
It was awesome to be in my hometown and to be in places that I've been hundreds of times, but for now, this time it was for totally different reasons. And
I thought it was good because we missed you, but we did really have to, take it upon ourselves to do what you had been doing. So that was a challenge, and it was equally as rewarding. So, and gave you confidence that we could do it. So
it felt good, didn't it?
Yeah, it felt really good.
Yeah, I had a great time, and working with the team members here, and I think Justin really pointed out something really great, that you just see everything different. When you're in a park and you just see people that you would normally just ignore, and all of a sudden now you say, hey, maybe I need to talk to them. So yeah, I definitely felt that same way.
Well, this is sort of given us the ability to know that we can make a difference, from my point of view. The confidence to know that it can happen, and it's not difficult at all. You just have to do it, you just have to do it.
Well, thank you for this choice.
I promise you, it's so easy and it's so rewarding. I don't ever want this to stop. I don't ever want to not feel like this. This is now how I'm going to live my life, as whenever I can. I want this feeling to continue.
This is a life-changing moment, and I really highly recommend, if you're thinking about charity, or if you're thinking about volunteering, if you're thinking about donating, or whatever you're thinking about, think about it, write it down, and take action.
It doesn't take anything except 5 minutes of your time, and I promise you that you would be so glad that you reached out to serve someone, to help someone, to give them just an encouraging word, an ear, a shoulder, anything you can. All you have to do is start, and I think you'd be amazed at where that journey can take you.